Welcome back to Longevity Talk. And if you like this content, please share our content and subscribe to our channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and important topics in longevity science. We're going on a journey deep inside your cells to discover the tiny powerhouses that could hold the key to a longer, healthier life. These are your mitochondria, and understanding them might just change how you think about aging. Imagine your body as a massive, bustling city. Every building, every street, every home needs electricity to function. Think of mitochondria as the tiny power plants scattered throughout this city, generating the energy that keeps everything running. Located inside almost every one of your cells, you have trillions of these microscopic powerhouses. From blinking your eyes to thinking a thought, mitochondria provide the power for everything your body does. What makes them truly special is that they have their own DNA, separate from your main genome, inherited almost exclusively from your mother. This is because billions of years ago, mitochondria were once free-living bacteria that formed a powerful partnership with our ancestral cells. The fuel for these biological engines comes from the food you eat, primarily glucose from carbohydrates and fatty acids from fats. Through a complex process called cellular respiration, mitochondria convert this fuel into ATP, the rechargeable battery that powers your body. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought is paid for with ATP generated by your mitochondria. This process requires oxygen, which is why we breathe, delivered to your cells as the final step in energy production. But like a car engine producing exhaust, mitochondria create waste products called free radicals or reactive oxygen species. In small amounts, these are useful for cell signaling, but in excess, they can cause oxidative damage to proteins, fats, and DNA. When these essential power plants start to fail, the consequences can be profound. This decline is called mitochondrial dysfunction. Cells that don't have enough energy can't perform their jobs properly, leading to tissue damage and organ failure over time. Many chronic diseases are now being linked to mitochondrial dysfunction, from type 2 diabetes to neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. The brain is energy hungry, and when neurons can't get the ATP they need, they begin to malfunction and die. The aging process itself is deeply intertwined with mitochondrial health. As we get older, our mitochondria become less efficient. Mitochondrial DNA is particularly vulnerable to mutations, and over decades, these build up, creating a vicious cycle of damage and dysfunction. This explains many common experiences of aging: feeling less energetic, losing muscle mass, and slower cognitive processing. It's not just feeling tired. It's a real, measurable decrease in our body's ability to produce the power needed for maintenance and repair. To understand the link between mitochondria and longevity, scientists turn to animal models that allow direct manipulation of mitochondrial function. One famous example involves humble roundworms. These tiny creatures have short lifespans, making them perfect for aging research. In groundbreaking experiments, scientists slightly disrupted the worm's mitochondrial function early in life. You might think this would be harmful, but surprisingly, it triggered a protective response that led to the worms living significantly longer, healthier lives, suggesting mild stress can make the system stronger. Scientists have also created genetically engineered mice with increased mitochondrial DNA mutations. These mutator mice show accelerated aging. They develop gray hair, lose bone density, have reduced fertility, and suffer heart problems much earlier than normal mice, with significantly shortened lifespans. Caloric restriction extends lifespan in species from yeast to monkeys. For decades, scientists wondered why eating less leads to living longer. The answer lies partly in mitochondria. When animals consume fewer calories, their mitochondria adapt, becoming more efficient and generating fewer damaging free radicals. The evidence isn't limited to lab animals. Studies of centenarians, people who live to 100 or more, show they often have exceptionally resilient mitochondria. They have genetic variations or lifestyle adaptations that protect their mitochondria from age-related decline, supporting extraordinary health and longevity. Exercise studies show that regular physical activity sends a powerful signal: I need more energy. In response, our cells build more mitochondria. This process, called mitochondrial biogenesis, increases our capacity to produce ATP, which is why exercise boosts stamina and energy levels. Conversely, a sedentary lifestyle does the opposite. When inactive, cells reduce mitochondria numbers, contributing to fatigue and metabolic disease. It highlights a simple truth: use it or lose it. Our mitochondrial health is dynamic and responds to the demands we place on our bodies. Nutritional studies show that diets rich in antioxidants protect mitochondria from oxidative damage, while processed foods can overwhelm them. Research is focusing on how specific foods can directly support our cellular engines, influencing long-term health and vitality. So what can you do to support these vital powerhouses? The good news is you don't need to wait for a futuristic pill. There are powerful, evidence-based strategies you can start implementing today. First and most important is exercise. A combination of endurance training and resistance training seems ideal for mitochondrial health. Endurance activities tell your body to create more mitochondria, while resistance training builds muscle mass, one of the most mitochondrially dense tissues. Embrace temperature stress safely. Brief cold exposure, like a cold shower, can stimulate mitochondrial biogenesis through hormesis. Similarly, heat exposure, like sauna use, improves mitochondrial function by activating heat shock proteins, practices used by cultures worldwide for centuries. Prioritize high-quality sleep. This is when your body performs its most important repair and maintenance work. During deep sleep, the brain clears metabolic waste, and chronic sleep deprivation directly harms mitochondria through increased stress and inflammation. What you eat directly impacts mitochondrial health. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Think of a plate filled with a rainbow of colors. Include healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acids from fish, avocados, nuts, and olive oil. These provide clean, efficient fuel for your cellular engines. Ensure adequate B vitamins, magnesium, and CoQ10, the spark plugs for your cellular engine, found in lean meats, fish, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens. Consider intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating. Giving your body regular breaks from digestion activates cellular cleanup processes like autophagy. Your blueprint for mitochondrial health rests on 4 pillars. Move your body, nourish your cells, strategically stress your system, and prioritize rest and recovery. You are the CEO of your own health. Start small. Pick one thing from today's discussion and incorporate it into your life this week. Maybe it's a 20-minute walk after dinner or adding berries to breakfast. These small actions, compounded over time, lead to profound results. You can choose to invest in your cellular energy and build a body that is resilient and full of vitality. Thank you for joining me on Longevity Talk. Be well.